between sisters. If you're new to our channel, make sure that you subscribe, click that notification bell so that you can be aware of any time we drop a video, because we are going to be talking about the hot topics, trending topics, and things that are just downright appalling to us as women, as Black women. Okay, we don't hold our tongue. And if you don't believe me, go back to some old episodes. Okay, go back to some old episodes if you don't.
Trying to keep my job, Kaya.
Honestly,
You remember how Kevin Hart lost his gig at the Oscars?
That's because they found something. Oh yeah, right. They found what he said before, right? Right. So, without further ado, it's time to meet the cast. All right, everybody, it is Keisha Keys in first. Next in, we got Shauna Dawn with the bronze 10. Last but not least, we got EVE. With the Senegalese twist.
he's a passion twist.
With the passion twist. Okay. And I am Kaya, and we are the Twin Sisters. So, since this is the first episode of the new season, ladies, I want to talk about how women in 2023 are doing the damn thing. We are making waves, we making news. Some of us are not so good light, but we are out there making waves and basically breaking records. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, you got people like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Coco Gauff, who just won the U.S. Open.
I'm so proud of her.
Yes. So proud of her.
Yes. Right.
So proud of her. But then you have things like Mena and Lizzo that have kind of dampened things a little bit on their careers. Mena just got fired from basically damn near all her jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have not been under a rock, but I kind of chose not to, because I heard anything with Monkey, I cringe. Mm-hmm. So I heard the thing about Monkey and her getting fired and Spice, right? What did she exactly say? Like, what did she,
So as someone who actually still watch Love, I don't know why I still watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but I do.
Neither do I.
I know.
I watch the clips when it comes on Facebook and stuff. That's the only time I watch it.
Like I sit and watch it.
It's still on to record on my DVR.
Exactly. Why?
Oh,
I don't know. Exactly. Why?
Yeah. And listen,
it's entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment. Right. Sometimes, technically, you're not supposed to, put stuff like that in your brain.
Because I started to act like it a little bit. Like back in the day, I started to see those traits, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't keep on watching it." So I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop. I stopped.
Oh, really?
Years.
Thank you for admitting that.
Yeah,
because my husband always say stuff like that too.
Yeah, like I only watch it if like the excerpts or something come on Instagram or something like that.
Right. So this is how I see it. It's something that was building. So, Spice is friends with Erica's ex-husband.
Okay.
Safari.
Right.
Safari.
Safari. They have that bond. They're from the same place. So they've been friends. And I guess with Spice, she was getting stuff from him and stuff from her on whether he was paying child support, how much he does with their kids. And he's now seeing a friend of theirs.
Okay.
As well. So I believe that Derica felt a way that Spice is friends with his new girl and that Safari and her are still close. Erica is still in the anger part of their split. So they sit down and Spice says, "You act like you're the first woman to ever have to be a single mom. And she said, I've been doing this for, I think, like 14 years or
yeah.
so. Then her and Erica exchange words. Spice says, that's why your son doesn't like you.
No, she said, that's why your son don't like you. My son love me.
Mm-hmm.
So Erica gets upset. She flips the table.
Literally.
On Spice. Like
she flips, she didn't pick it up. She flips it up on Spice. And Spice, you remember, she had recently almost lost her life.
Mm-hmm.
And her incision on her stomach is still healing from the surgery. Multiple surgeries that she had to have. And she flipped the table right on her stomach.
So now Erica's upset. She says, you should have died.
Oh,
she says, you should have died. That was the first thing she said. That wasn't bad enough. After she says, you should have died, then she adds on and says, you blue monkey.
No, let me. So she was just like, you should have died. You should have died. You monkey. You monkey. Then when she went outside, she's like, you blue monkey. You monkey.
What's that, hair blue?
Yeah.
You know, Spice always has the blue hair.
It's always blue.
Okay. Yeah. So she should have died.
So I think that when she said it the first couple of times, she realized, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she put the blue in there. Just to cover her tracks. Like, she was mad, but she ain't stupid. So she was like, you monkey, you blue monkey. You know what I'm saying? So she put that blue in there.
I think that she is the type of person that she's been told her entire life, she's pretty, and in that moment, because I mean, yes, Spice was wrong, but Spice was basically saying the same thing that we say. That's why you ain't got no friends. It's not
that's why your son don't like you.
Yeah, that's a hard one, but that she drove it home with the monkey. Like, if you said monkey one and two times, that's too much. Like, that's right. When you said it like 3-4 times, that's really sad, because one of the things that when you ladies were saying about you don't know why you're still watching Love and Hip Hop, I was an avid watcher of Love and Hip Hop, and I fell off because I went back to school, but I enjoyed watching Love and Hip Hop. And one of the things I enjoy about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is because you got to see the growth of these people. Even though there's still some ratchetness going on, you see how they started from the beginning,
right,
and how they are now. So even with Erica Mena, I actually, applauded her, because I don't know if you guys remember when Erica Mena, I think she premiered in Love and Hip Hop New York. And she didn't have her butt done yet. She was a skinny stick figure with these huge breasts, because she had just got her breasts done, I'm assuming. Right. And everything was all about her breasts, and she kept jiggling her breasts. But she started from the bottom, and she ended up where she is. But all of them, even down to Stevie J's baby mother. What's the one that now she's bisexual?
Mimi.
Like, they all started from the bottom, and so it's sad that a show like that had to come to this point. But I'm actually glad that happened, not directly to Spice, but colorism is a big thing in the industry, and it's an unspoken thing, and it really exists heavy, and it's something that we don't discuss, and we are all brainwashed. A lot of times, we don't want to see a certain look, because we've been so brainwashed not to see it. Because if somebody, that's why I'm so glad, like, now commercials are trying to include everybody, but I'm noticing a lot of our own things is not including everybody, if you know what I mean. So we can watch mainstream TV and see all different hues through Cheerios, through Dove, through different things like that. But then when you look at our own stuff, when you see the music videos are still not showing a lot of dark skinned women. So Spice remember how Spice had to do that campaign?
Oh yeah.
And because she was trying to make a point, so it's ironic that happened to her, because it all came full circle. And when she first came on Love and Hip Hop, she had that campaign about how lighter skinned women make it or have it easier in the industry.
Right.
It's very interesting that Spice had that campaign. And it came full circle where she was called a monkey on the actual show that she was trying to prove a point to.
But the thing about it is, Erica's had 2 children by a Black man. Mm-hmm. And at some point, her 2 kids will see this, and she will have to respond to them and explain why she called a Black woman a monkey, because it came out so
naturally.
It came out too easily. Like when
she didn't want to say that.
Right. Something. Like when I'm upset, I don't think
like she was saying it before to somebody.
Yeah.
This is not the first time she said it.
To call anybody a monkey. I'm thinking bitch, you so and so, but I never think to call another Black person.
I'm gonna say something, and because she has passed on, rest in peace to my grandmother. I had a grandmother from the South, and she was fair skinned. Her mother was half white, and so she came, and my grandmother, who was fair skinned, was the darkest one in the group. So she was the black sheep of the family, but she was fair skinned. And the colorism was so deep in that family. So I remember one time, my grandmother and I were looking at photos of a wedding she went to, and she said, she was talking about this, one of her cousins who was fair skinned, she married this Jamaican dude. And she was like, oh, we looking through the pictures, and I'm like 5 years old, and I remember grandma saying, yeah, she went and married that chimpanzee. So I say that to say, and a lot of you Black people that are watching this know what I'm talking about. And not to make it political, and because we came back with a whole positive, and not to turn it into a different direction, but I'm gonna keep it going real. Many of you Black people, especially a lot of fair-skinned people, know for a fact that when you guys had your little family gatherings, it was mostly lightest hues of y'all in the room. Y'all were talking about a lot of dark-skinned people who look like monkeys. I know that for a fact. I would bet $1 million. I would bet my house on it that a lot of you have had that conversation. So I say that to say these talks about monkeys is not always just from someone from another race. You got different hues of people talking about darker skinned people being monkeys and chimpanzees. And in her mind, she's not. My kids are not monkeys because they got a lighter melanin in their skin. So it's the brainwashing of our culture, where many people probably sat down in their house and called her a monkey in their mind, and they are Black people. They might be not her skin tone, but they are lighter than her, and will sit there and call Spice a monkey in their brain, and they are of Black descent. So that's a problem amongst us. And for Erica to feel comfortable doing that, and her husband was dark skinned, and then it gets even a little deeper, because then there's the difference between Black men and white and Black women. So then you have the Black men that have separated themselves from the Black women and have categorized the Black woman. That's a whole nother show, and we've done that before. But I'm just saying that Erica doing what she did, there's a lot, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think she should have lost her job. I think they should have used that as a learning experience. She should have been able to get on a podium and said a long speech and give her sorries, because like I said, my grandmother's not the only fair-skinned Black woman on this planet that has ever called somebody dark and somebody from the West Indies a chimpanzee. I know that for a fact because I've actually been in other rooms and I've heard it or I've overheard conversations. When I went to Hampton University, anybody that know Hampton back in the day when I went in the 90s, I was warned before I went. They was like, oh, be careful because they into that light skin, dark skin thing. And it was very real over there. So Erica did what she doing. That remind me of school days. Remember? You're just
about to say
wanna be.
You're just a jigaboo.
You're just a jigaboo.
Trying to find something to do.
Exactly. Good in the hair. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So I said that
Sure
to
don't.
say Erica, I don't, yes, she's
That's a whole, hold up. We can't just skip over that. We can't skip over that.
Yes.
You
don't know
school days?
School days?
Sure don't.
Well, that's our fault.
I'm gonna have to watch it. Sure don't. There's certain things I just didn't watch. That's it.
There is a black barometer, if you will. And seeing School Days is a part of that black barometer.
Yes.
Because doing a butt. Oh, what the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no idea about any
I know
of
that. I know that. Yeah, but I just
but you don't even know where it came from.
Sure don't.
Huh?
Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry. I'm on.
There's a reel out there where a guy, his friend is asking him like all these black movies from back in the day. He was like, I don't know none of these movies you talking about.
It'd be
And
funny
he was from our generation.
It's funny because my boyfriend and everything, he was like, "You're such a Hallmark person. Like you looked at like Father of the Bride and Home Alone, and everything was pixie dust and stuff." He's like, "I looked at Juice. I looked at this, the real stuff." I'm just like,
So
sorry.
you've never seen Juice?
I saw Juice, but it wasn't until I got to be an adult because my aunt wouldn't let me.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's why, because she did grow up in a strict Christian home.
So did we. So did we.
But
So did we. I was in church every day God sent.
But
I was able to go to the movies on the weekend.
But as you can see, people that raised me and the people you said you were raised by are totally different.
Even though we're sisters.
Even though we're sorry, but do tell.
I actually forgot that Spice had that movement back in the back where she was trying to prove a point about colorism.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you remember that,
Yeah, I forgot all about that too, honestly.
So if you look at the statement that Love and Hip Hop had put out, they said she won't be on the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Then
Mona Scott know what she doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it didn't say she will no longer be a part of the
franchise.
Right. It just said she won't be on the next season. So I'm thinking she may move to New York or to Miami or to Hollywood, or she may just be out the next season.
Well, Erica Mena is Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Right.
And y'all already know how I feel about DR. But, a lot, unfortunately, it goes back to one of the last shows that we had spoken about, that they don't consider themselves to be Black.
Yeah, they don't.
And not only do they not consider themselves to be Black, a dark-skinned Black is like the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to looks, when it comes to status, all of that.
But my thing about it was, I'm sorry, but my thing about it was for the fact that Mona didn't say anything until it was aired. So y'all had this previously taped. You knew everything that previously happened. So you didn't really say anything until
ratings.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Just ratings. But it's just like, don't fire them now because you're getting backlash for it. Like, you're only firing because it's getting backlash. That's it.
No, she may have been fired from back then.
True.
They just didn't speak on it.
True.
air.
That's true.
See, I wouldn't have aired it unless they allowed Erica to come, like I said, to make a public apology and basically, be ostracized. I would let her stay. I would have let her stay.
But they said that it's going to play out over the next few episodes. Okay. I don't think she should have stayed for the rest of the season or taped with everyone else, because now you're putting her in the lion's den now with a whole bunch of other dark-skinned Black people who are now like, yo.
That's what I'm saying. I would let that bitch stay. So and I would have been in the background.
So
like,
I think
action.
So I'm thinking it's best for the next season to.
So you say for her safety.
For her safety. I mean, just really think about it. What vibe or trip would we be able to go on and sit down and eat? And I know that you called this girl who's the same hue as me. I just, no, it's not happening. Like, I'm not doing it.
Well, according to Yahoo Entertainment, the former Love and Hip Hop personality has been forced to face the consequences for hurling a racially charged comment at another cast member. Obviously, we just talked about that. So, as a result, the mother of two, they didn't even remember the last one. Last kid, she actually is the mother of three. But the mother of two lost her spot on VH1's popular reality show and her role in the next season of Hush, an all-Black streaming series. Now, I've never seen Hush.
Yeah,
but she on a lot of Tubi movies.
Yeah, she's on a lot of Tubi.
Oh my God! Just like, what? Is she the only person that would act on Tubi? I'll be on Tubi. How much they paying? Tubi, I'll shoot somebody and no blood come out. Like, I want to be a part of the non-acting.
Right.
Can you hire us, Tubi?
We'll be there on time.
Right.
One thing I don't think is she should be canceled. I think that she needs time. She needs space to grow and to learn, and then some can come back.
Because she's
another female,
she's a product
Black
of her
female.
Environment. I'm just saying she's a product of her environment.
Mm-hmm. Well, another Black female, Jess Hilarious, who has been doing her thing for 2023. Mm-hmm. She spoke up and she said, I don't think Erica was using it as a racial slur. Maybe Spice looks like a monkey to her. Mm-hmm. Whatever the F you look like, you look like.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So those monkey conversations have been discussions behind closed doors in many households. Don't listen. I am not no fool. All of you have been involved in conversations where somebody's called an African booty scratcher, all kind of stuff, and that was from your family member's mouth.
Yeah. So she still hasn't apologized.
Erica Mena?
She meant it. Yeah. She meant it.
She still hasn't apologized, and
she may have to wait because of the season. You know, they are on.
Oh yeah, they have to do an NDA and stuff like that.
They got to do certain things.
No, they can't talk about it until afterwards.
Right. So I'm thinking on the last show of the season or something, they'll do a thing where she does this whole thing and I'm sorry and I've learned and then she'll start her
apology tour. Well, obviously she was somewhat on the come up, like Keish said. She was, from her start with Richie Dollars, in some of the first episodes of Love and Hip Hop New York, she definitely has risen to star status, got a whole bunch of sponsorships and stuff like that. But one thing that gets me when it comes to all of the reality show circuits, it's like some of them go too far with these implants, these like some of them just look scary.
They do.
What's the one that has the hair salon that's on there? I forgot her name. Sierra.
Oh my God.
She looks totally different. Yeah, she looks totally different.
It don't look good on camera.
Erica Mena used to be on
Carly Red.
Right, Carly Red. Erica Mena used to be on the Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
That's how she started.
Yeah. That's how she started.
Erica Mena. She worked at Dash.
She worked at this Dash.
But let's not forget, because one thing that she did play that victim card a lot on the show. But let's not forget that she was the one that Envy cheated with on Gia.
Karma.
But now you out here with all these women, and you do this, and you leave me in that hole with the kids. Envy got a lot of kids. Envy and Gia got a lot of kids.
You sure do.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Practice to deceive. So, I mean, between Spice, Sierra, and all that injections and fillers she doing, good Lord, you don't stop. Just stop.
All look terrible.
But that's the industry. It's
she don't look good.
That's what's beautiful.
Big breasts. Big
my thing is, we doing all of this to our faces and stuff. When we get older, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to have to literally sustain the injections and the fillers.
Yeah, they got to keep up.
Speaking to somebody that was putting out there that she love herself the way she is, and she don't care what nobody got to say. The shocking news came out a few weeks back that Lizzo was being sued by 3 of her dancers. 3 of her dancers, not 2, but 3. Yeah, 3. That's from Django. 2.
Right.
So 3 dancers within Lizzo's camp are suing the Good as Hell singer, along with Big Girl touring and dance captain Shirlene. That is an old school name if I ain't never heard one. Shirlene Quigley.
Old school name.
That's an old school fool name.
That's an old
for allegedly creating a hostile work environment. The lawsuit was filed in August of 2023. Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez claimed that they were subjected to weight shaming, sexually denigrating behavior, and were pressured to participate in disturbing sex shows during their time of employment with Lizzo. And and the fact that more people came out after that, and obviously we know what happened with the Grammys, and she got the big win and yada yada, ha, yay. If you are out here, because Lizzo, we were rooting for you. And if you are out here doing to people what people have done to you,
honestly, I don't know. I don't have any like real, like I believe this until all the clues come out. Because not for nothing, a lot of times, I'm not saying, maybe it's my conspiracy theory, a lot of times when people are on the come up and they don't agree to certain things, they try to create a story just so you don't get what you was probably offered or trying to go for. So for me, it's just like, until I have all the facts, I don't have any opinion about it, because it could have been true, but it also could have been she was on a come up to something really good and they try to create a whole story so she won't. And I know they especially do it to Black people. We see it multiple times a year, how all these accusations come out. So I don't know. I don't have a full opinion about it.
It's tough because, again, I work at a place to where I know men who were wrongfully convicted of a crime because some chick lied.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to wait until the whole thing plays out, because they always say, believe women, but sometimes these chicks lie.
Like that girl just lied about her finding a baby on the side of the highway and went disappearing.
So,
and the one that said that somebody hit her in the face with a brick.
So we just have to wait. I say I will wait.
Yeah, I agree.
And I 1,000% agree with both of you. The only thing that does concern me that is more than one person saying that, like, I hate when people, like, for me, when people still are saying, well, how do we know that the girls that R. Kelly assaulted? I'm like, wait a minute. One person says it, and two people.
Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby.
But when you got 10 people saying the same story, you gotta kind of like, okay.
People were getting paid for Bill Cosby too to say certain things.
Shit, I wasn't paid.
Wasn't
if I didn't have Jesus in my heart, I would have got online and got paid.
Some people were paid. And a lot of people, if you offer somebody the right amount of money, it happened to the bank.
I was getting mad because I was sitting there every week a new bitch was coming out. I'm like, fuck. Shit, man. But anywho, I just want to make a quick point. One thing when you watch these reality shows, there's some truth to these reality shows. So I've been watching reality shows for years, and ever so often you get blessed to see an actual celebrity who's been a celebrity, not like a celebrity because of reality show.
Yeah,
you've seen actual celebrities be on a reality show temporarily, and then you get to see their real personalities. And some of them are assholes to the people beneath them.
True.
A lot of them are. My cousin, I'm not gonna say the person's name, but my cousin had the opportunity to be, I don't know what her title was for the day, but she was basically an assistant to this big time celebrity for one whole day. And she said, do you know that bitch wouldn't even speak to me? And every time my cousin would say something to her, she would look right through my cousin as if she never spoke to her. And she made a point not to speak to my cousin. My cousin was her right-hand woman for an award show. This person was a host for an award show. My cousin was her assistant. Like, how you not gonna talk to the shadow that's next to you?
Right.
But a lot of them be like that. They got this air about them, and they are like, a lot of my assholes to the people under them. And then when they come on stage, like they a different person, and then behind closed doors, they got a whole slew of people that they just shitted on.
I love the world. I love you all. Oh, I love you all. I'm doing charity 17 hours a day, just so that I can give back to the world, like that type of stuff.
Like you documentaries, not to cut you off, but you've seen the documentaries like with James Brown, like I love to hear when these big time celebrities who was making millions of dollars and they entourage was barely getting paid. Like you was getting these checks rolling, and then these people were living in poverty. Like, how was that happening?
Yeah,
I could tell you, I've done sung a lot of background for a lot of folks. I'm still in
that. I sense trauma. I'm still here. I'm here.
You send your statement. You might.
Well, Ariana Davis, who was one of the litigants in the lawsuit, she claimed that Lizzo allegedly pressured and goaded her into touching one nude performer's breast at the sex club in Amsterdam in February of 2023. Elsewhere in the suit, she claimed she had no choice but to soil herself on stage during an excruciating re-audition for the famed dance group, fearing repercussions of excusing herself to use the bathroom. And the Lizzo allegedly, according to page 6, fired Davis on the spot after learning she had used a recording device in one of their meetings in order to obtain a copy of the notes the artist provided. So,
and just to add to that, after the lawsuit from them, there was then a group of her dancers who made a statement in support of Lizzo.
Now, do you think that statement was coerced by her team, saying, listen, if you want to keep your check going and keep on keeping on these tours, then...
I don't know, because at this point, once that suit is out, and we live in this time of cancel culture, when have you heard of a show with her since then? So them dancers ain't got no job right now. They ain't working.
True.
Because
you never know. They could be rehearsing for the next whatever. Just because she's not, touring right now. They could be in rehearsals. And you get paid for rehearsals.
And to just piggyback on what I was mentioning before, also too, because we're in an age where everyone is considered sensitive, like you can't, like people say you can't say things to people anymore because they don't have thick skin. Back then it was nothing for people to be treated like crap in the industry. Mm-hmm. And it was just known that was part of the fabric.
Yeah.
You stay there or you leave. So a
lot of people have
thick skin, and now the industry is like, no, I have, especially with everybody other groups having rights. Then you got these small groups like dancers saying, well, shit, they can get on a podium and wear a dress and have rights. I can have rights too. So so now we're in an age where people are starting to speak up for themselves. And you know what? I applaud these individuals, because if they really were being mistreated, then unfortunately somebody like Lizzo has to be the poster child for all the other people, all the other celebrities and singers in the industry that are treating their workers like like they don't matter. Now unfortunately these people have to be a sacrificial lamb, because now they might not be able to ever work in the industry again. So hopefully they get enough money to compensate the end of their career. But now that's going to be exposed, and now moving forward, everyone will be on alert, saying, you know what, I got to start treating my dancers better. You see what happened to Lizzo over there. So,
well, as far as the dancers go, and as far as the tour goes, if they can still gain, because there's not too many artists that actually hire full-figured women as dancers. I mean, the only people you see do that is Beyonce and Lizzo. Yep. Everybody else has the razor thin dances, with the ponytails, whether it be fake or real, on stage. So I hope that they can continue to work regardless of the situation. And if it's true about Lizzo, that's very disheartening, because she has put out such a different image in the world. That's kind of like the same thing with Ellen DeGeneres. Mm-hmm. Remember, she was she did so much.
Yes.
She was so kind, and, go with kindness. That was her thing. She would do stuff for other people, but then her staff said that she was a tyrant behind the scenes.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's just like, which one is you? Like the staff wouldn't be able to talk to her if she was walking down the hall. Like if she walked down the hall, you can't have eye contact. And that's the type of stuff that R. Kelly used to do in the backstage or whatever. They said if when you walk past him, you can't give direct eye contact. You got to look down.
Come on, that's crazy.
So, I mean, I know that we all have our idiosyncrasies and we all have our hangups, but if you're portraying to be a princess and behind the scenes you're a devil, Like that just, and I'm not saying anything is true because all of this is allegedly. They just brought the suit against Lizzo, so we don't know whether or not it's true. So, I mean, because we have come out on this show, on this very show, and applauded Lizzo for the stuff that she's done and the positive songs that she's put out, the positive self-image, self-love that she's put out. And if you out here being like you're too fat, to your dances, then it's just like, where they do that at?
Stay tuned for scenes from the next episode of Between Sisters.
We also have a generation now that are young and they're like, I love Martin Luther King, but we not doing it like y'all did. We doing it different because we not gonna tolerate the, when they go high, when they go low, we go. No, they like no. I see what you doing. They call you out for like how with Coco and the Empire. Uh-huh. They not keeping quiet and being humble and we gonna wait for our day when we get our reparations. No, they like no. We not doing that.
When y'all go low, I'm getting the folding chair.
Wow.
Don't forget to check out our website for all of your merch. Subscribe and tell a friend to join the movement.